Join us now for Education Matters, a weekly look at the real people and real stories in education across North Carolina.
Welcome to another episode of Education Matters presented by the Public School Forum of North Carolina. I'm your host, Keith Poston. Tonight's show we're calling Newsmakers and Newsbreakers. We'll have a newsmaker up first. Today it's the state's budget director, Charlie Perouse, followed by a discussion with newsbreakers, reporters who cover education every day. Should be a great discussion. Like every week, before we tackle the main topic, we'll open with our segment we call Edlines. It's a quick scan of education headlines across North Carolina and the U.S. Last week, Governor Roy Cooper released his first state budget and transmitted it to the North Carolina General Assembly. This formally kicks off what is typically a month-long process to arrive at a new two-year budget for the state. We have his budget director up next, so we'll dig in more with him about the details of the governor's proposals on education. We've been reporting for a few months now about troubles at Kestrel Heights, a charter school in Durham. Last week, the State Board of Education voted unanimously to close Kestrel's high school because the school awarded diplomas to students who didn't meet state requirements for graduation. Kestrel will be allowed to continue operating its kindergarten to 8th grade school. Kestrel has been under intense scrutiny since an internal investigation found that 160 of Kestrel's 399 graduates since 2008 didn't meet the state's requirements for a diploma. North Carolina school leaders are growing worried that state lawmakers won't soften a mandated reduction in class sizes that could lead to cuts in art, music, and physical education classes. That means hundreds of teachers are in limbo about their job next school year, and parents and students are uncertain about the fate of these programs at their schools. The State House unanimously passed House Bill 13 after school districts warned they might have to cut arts and PE classes to help pay for new class size limits in kindergarten through 3rd grade this fall. But the legislation, which reduces but doesn't eliminate the class size cuts, has stalled in the Senate. School leaders say they have to plan for the worst because they're not sure if and when the General Assembly may act on class size. Finally, Donald Trump visited his first school since becoming president, and it was a private Catholic school in Florida. That school, St. Andrew's Catholic School in Orlando, has been heralded by President Trump and Education Secretary Betsy DeVos for its participation in Florida's private school choice program. On the campaign trail, President Trump talked about an ambitious $20 billion school voucher plan that would allow students to use federal education dollars to attend private schools. North Carolina's Opportunity Scholarship Program does the same thing with North Carolina taxpayer dollars. Trump's big push for private school choice comes at a time when several recent studies cast doubt on the quality and accountability of these initiatives. We'll continue talking about private school vouchers in future episodes. Remember, you can visit the Public School Forum's website at ncforum.org, click Education Matters, and read more about each of these headlines as well as other topics we cover each week.